My name is Mikkel Daniel, and my essay is called Talent. I believe talent doesn't exist. I started drawing when I was 6, and since then I've improved immensely at drawing. Most would say, of course you got better, you're 16, it's been 10 years since you've been drawing. But usually when people see my artwork, they talk about how naturally gifted I am at something, or how good it is to be naturally talented. Talent to artists is sort of like a loaded word. It's something that should not be spoken. Because usually what most people refer to when they mean talent is natural talent, meaning that it's somehow genetic or inherent, or given to you by your parents or some sort of ancestral family line. However, to me, to artists, talent is working hard. The definition of talent to artists is determination. It's practicing until you want to rip your eyes out. Talent, to most people, when people compliment artists and talk about how talented they are, it's almost as if it's a word of invalidation. It's saying, hey, I'm ignoring everything that you've been doing up to get to this point, and saying how good you are just because of your genetics, not because of how hard you work or how much you work to get at this point. Talent should be used for those who don't get discouraged. Talent should be used for those who put effort into their work. Talent should not be a means to compare people. Talent is not something that you should say, oh, she's more talented than I am, therefore I can't do something. The definition of talent isn't knowing how to do something inherently. The definition of talent is being able to do something. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can learn how to draw at any age. There are no inhibitors to art. You can be 80 years old and learn how to draw. You can be 2 years old and be a beginner. Everyone has to get after that beginner stage. And usually the reason why people quit and the reason why people don't get past that beginner stage is because they're afraid, is because they compare themselves to other people. Talent usually when it's used as comparison is kind of a scapegoat for others when they talk about how, oh well, you're talented, I'll never be able to draw like you draw, so I'm not going to try in the first place. I want to show you guys some of the drawings that I drew when I was 10, 11 years old, so around 4 to 5 years ago. As you can see, they're not very good. They're not good at all, actually. But seeing these and not being discouraged by this, not being told, oh, well, these don't look good, so I'll never want to draw again, that's not what I believed. I believed that if I drew more, then I would be able to be more talented at what I did. And this is a picture that I drew recently, a year ago. This picture represents the hard work that I've used, that I went through to get to that point. I wasn't discouraged. I wasn't stopping myself from the end.